Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fridays with Father. Father Gary here. And as I shared with you last week, we are in the midst of our Stewardship of Treasure renewal. But Stewardship of Treasure, as I shared last week, is really rooted in that first leg of that three-legged stool of stewardship. It's really rooted in prayer. So I want to talk a little bit about prayer today, even as we contemplate, pray about, discern what we might make a return to the Lord in thanks for in terms of our treasure and a pledge to the parish. I really want that rooted for myself in prayer, and so I share that with you as well. So just a little bit about prayer, and I thought maybe the best way to do this is to share, kind of my own prayer pattern and what's helped over the years for me. To start, I want to say that prayer really it's a dialogue with God. It is that intimate time where we can enter into this encounter with the Lord, and more importantly, let Him encounter us. And so, one of the things that I've learned over the years is that I have to be really faithful to it. Even when I don't maybe feel like it, I need to show up. And for me, showing up means early in the morning. That's really the best time of the day for me is early in the morning. So I'm a morning person. For those who are not morning people, maybe the afternoon, the late morning, the evening, that might be your prayer time. But I would just encourage us to find whatever that time is that we know that we can be faithful to, and to create that space in our schedule for God. That encounter, I guarantee you, and I don't do that very often, but I guarantee you that encounter will be aided by that discipline around a specific time of the day and remaining faithful to it. The other thing that I've found over the years is a place in my house. Now, I have this great advantage of living in this huge rectory right now all by myself. And so lots of rooms, one of which we've converted into a little chapel. So I love that space in my house. And so I go there early in the morning, often with a cup of coffee, and that begins my day, that time with the Lord. You might have not that great advantage that I do of being able to dedicate a whole room, but maybe there's a little area somewhere in your house where you can create a little sacred space for yourself. And maybe that's just your favorite chair. Maybe that's looking outside. Maybe, it doesn't really matter where it is. I've just found that creating that space is really important. And then what's the content of the prayer? Well, for me, it's a combination of reflecting on the scriptures of the day, praying what is called the Liturgy of the Hours. It's a series of psalms that priests and deacons pray. And that there's a rhythm to that prayer for me. And then some time just in quiet contemplation. I also incorporate journal writing often in my daily prayer. That helps me as well to stay focused and listening to what the Lord might be calling me to. So those are just some ideas. Obviously, all of that personal prayer leads me to and flows from what is the center of my prayer life, which is Sunday Eucharist. Yes, I celebrate Eucharist every day. I celebrate Mass every day, but Sunday Eucharist really is the center of our life together as Christians, as Catholics. And so that's where my prayer leads me to, is always looking ahead to Sunday, and then enjoying the fruits of that Sunday celebration in the rear view mirror as well. So that's just some kind of little thoughts about this focus on the stewardship of time, that is giving away a portion of our day and being disciplined about that around prayer. So I just really encourage you to consider that as we renew our stewardship of treasure, which that's so for me, that's part of my discernment right now. And so that discernment also over the course of each day, whatever the day is bringing or whatever the week or the season is bringing, I incorporate that into my prayer. So I'm incorporating discernment around what kind of increase in my pledge to the parish I can make financially this year. So I encourage you to do the same thing. Just a reminder, I'm asking people to consider a 10% increase if that's possible in your budget. And if it's not, then to take some kind of step of an increase that will help us in our budgeting in the coming year. I also want to just say a word of advertisement. I want to thank Shane for getting the word out last week with late notice, but a wonderful response to dinner on Sunday night. And so that's a regular part of our schedule now after the 5 o'clock Mass. So I hope you will join us. I'm so grateful to Anna and Richard for arranging volunteers, and so grateful to the volunteers who set up, who do the cooking, who clean up afterwards. It is good for us to gather as a community in the evening on Sunday after Mass to be able to just have some time together over good food. So thank you for all of those who made that possible. We certainly can use more volunteers, and so each time you come to that dinner after Mass on Sundays, you'll have an opportunity to sign up and say, yes, I'll help. And you can always stop at the welcome desk and leave your name, contact information as well. So I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. This will be, we'll have some time to talk about Stewardship of Treasure Renewal at Sunday Masses today, this Sunday. And then I'm just really excited about the numbers that we are seeing at Masses. As you know, church has been pretty full the last month or so, and that's just a great sign of hope for me as we gather as a community of faith for prayer. So I look forward to seeing you at 9 o'clock, also live streamed. That's in English, 11:30 Mass in Spanish, also live streamed, and then the 5 p.m. Mass in English, followed by dinner. So I hope you can join us for one of those Masses and join us for dinner. We also have just a reminder, we have coffee and pastries after the morning Masses as well. That's in the St. John Bosco room. So lots going on. God bless everyone. Have a good weekend, a good weekend leading up to our Sunday celebration, and then a good week of prayer following that. God bless.